Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, I see most of you have joined. So, yeah, I got two plans. One from Sejal ma'am has sent me one,
Yes, sir.
and I got one from Vaishali ma'am, if I'm not wrong. Yes. Did anyone else get time to scribble down the plan of open sequence? Did you get a chance to see?
Sir, I have roughly done it in my
Okay.
notebooks. Yeah.
Anybody else? Martina?
Yeah, that only. I said Martina only. Martina only was saying, yeah. I've done it roughly on my notebook only because yesterday I didn't get time. Yesterday was up.
We understand.
Even I have done roughly. Yes, I have done roughly.
Yes.
I'm about to complete it. I will send it today.
Sure. So this is more just to make sure that whatever we are going through in these online modules and whatever we are discussing, are we able to put it across on the paper also or not? And probably if there is any query that comes to you while you are doing it, we can discuss it. We can, kind of get more deeper into that particular topic or area. That's the only objective.
Okay.
Okay, so can I continue? Hello.
Yeah. I'll be sharing the screen for today's module. What is our today's topic of discussion? Can anybody help me?
Storytelling, how to tell a story.
That's one of the slides in today's discussion. The topic name is, anybody?
Classroom management.
Yeah, classroom management will also follow. So this one module is was quite a big module. So it would take around 2.5 hours for this module. Roughly around 79 slides. So I have divided this into part 1 and part 2. You must have seen, right?
Yes.
So this whole module as a whole is called as resources, strategies and learning aids, designing classroom space and classroom management. Right. So this module is a lengthy one. We've divided it into two parts. Today we are going to look at part 1. I'll be sharing the screen. Yeah. Screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So today what I'm going to do is I am going to take help from a couple of you. I'm going to call out your names and I'm going to ask you to help me with the presentation and discussion. Okay. So seeing the screen is going to be important. We will move ahead. There are a lot of things. We are starting with storytelling. So just before we go ahead with whatever is written on the slide, what do stories do in general? How do stories help?
हाँ चार्जर लो से बेटा
Let's start with maybe Sejal ma'am, if you can help us. How do stories help?
Well, there's the background wind noise of somebody coming in.
Let me just check. I'll be able to manage.
Yeah, better.
Okay. Yeah, Sejal ma'am, can you help me answer this? How do stories help, or what do stories do?
Story help in increasing the word power.
Increasing the
Word power.
okay. What else? And when you say word power, what do you mean? Sejal ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when you say word power, you can explain it in your own words.
Vocabulary,
Vocabulary.
increasing vocabulary.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Thinking skill,
Thinking skills.
meanings,
Listening skill.
Pronunciation
Improve
is
the
there.
listening skills.
Pronunciation, action will come,
Right,
emotion will come,
right,
memorization will come. All this will be in stories.
right. So as mentioned here, storytelling encourages and enhances the listening skills of children as well as opens up the minds of children, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of new things which we can help the kids learn through stories, right?
Yes.
As you mentioned, very apt description of what all things stories can do is also help the kids experience a variety of emotions without risk. What do you mean by without risk?
They don't know the outcomes of it. Suppose they are happy, they will not realize why they are happy, why this story is making them happy, why
Anything
this
else?
story is making them happy.
Anybody else? They will learn about
Personally, whenever, can I?
Go ahead, ma'am, please.
Yeah. So whenever we listen to any story or see any story, they are just stories. We are not involved in that. So happiness and joy, we are experiencing all those emotions, right? But it is not damaging us in any way.
Right.
So a chance to experience variety of emotions
Without actually having the kids, getting exposed to such situations, we are still able to have them, we are still able to take them
feel
through
that
those
emotions.
emotions, make them feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything else you want to add? Right. So these are all the emotions mentioned, that how we can take the kids through various emotions with the help of stories. Emotions like wonder or fear or courage can be tested out in their minds as they listen to the story. Can you give a quick small example of one of the stories, or just 2 lines, 3 lines of a story where emotions like imagining or wondering or fear or courage, any one of these emotions is being catered to, or we are helping the kids experience one of these emotions?
As a kid, when I was small, I'll give my own example.
Okay.
Whenever like some horror serials or something I used to see, then I get to be very frightened. Even at night, मतलब वही चीज दिमाग में चलती रहती है कि now night is there, darkness is there, something like this should not happen.
right? Okay. So without you actually experiencing that, you could, I mean, being in that situation, without actually being in the situation, you could still
Feel the
experience
fear.
that emotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Any story, example of a story anybody else can give me where the child is experiencing fear or courage?
For the true friends,
Okay.
when the one who climbs the tree on seeing the lion and the other one lies down still, and then he asks you, what did the lion say in your ears? He said, never trust this thing.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Sangeeta, ma'am. We
Yes,
can hear
teacher,
you.
we can hear. Hello.
Yeah, I think there's some network problem with Sangeeta, ma'am. Okay, so I think the idea is clear that if there's a story and if there is a plot or a scene where there is some form of fear or courage being displayed, I think a good example today can be of small cartoons like Chota Bheem or something like that, where the character is displaying a lot of courage, right? So
Right.
kids are not getting into situations like that practically, but still they learn that emotion of courage. They experience it, and they understand that we should show courage, right?
Right.
Okay, moving ahead. Stories are up to 22 times more memorable than facts and figures alone. I'll tell you one thing. So, if you are following TED Talks or if you are listening to good speakers who talk about business or who talk about future trends or anything, uh, there's a observation and research that says a good leader or a good business person, somebody who is speaking, is a good storyteller. So being a good storyteller helps. When you tell a story, it helps. I think all of us will agree. Our prime minister also presents a lot of things in a story format, right? He engages and involves everybody, right? And then those stories create a better impact. So storytelling is a very good skill, and stories will, like ma'am just now gave an example of her childhood or when she was quite young, the kind of fear she used to experience, right? So it is a part of the stories that we listen to or we see.
Right.
Where do we use stories? Okay, come on, tell me, where do we use stories?
For the vocabulary,
For vocabulary, yes.
For starting a lesson.
For starting a lesson, okay.
uh, then for
At
like
night also we tell kids stories,
Yes.
moral values,
imagination,
Moral values,
imagination.
yes.
to increase the moral values of the kids.
Yes. In what subject do we use stories?
Mostly in
We,
English and
English also we can use, even this, what we say.
languages.
For
Languages, English.
GK also we can prepare our own story.
Okay.
Like if we want to take a topic of vegetable or fruits, we can
Mm-hmm.
just relate, okay, yesterday I had gone to a market and then I wanted to take some fruits, so I was searching for red color fruits. Now maybe kids will answer, yes teacher, for red color you can go for strawberry or you can go for apple.
Mm-hmm.
So in such way we can relate the subject.
Right. So EVS, language, what else?
Road. Suppose we are traveling on a road, something happens, we can tell them in the form of a story. Once I was going on a road, something happened like that.
Right,
Like
right,
we can correlate with the things.
right.
Right.
True. So, anybody can tell me, can we use stories in maths?
Yes, there is a story of zero, importance of zero.
Okay.
Yes, like is people feel that zero has got no value. Then there's a one story on that zero also, no? He
Okay.
like
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
In
Yes.
science, can we
In
use
all
stories in
subjects, we
science?
can use stories. Yes, we can.
Yes.
We
Yes.
can start with
We
stories in
can
all the
use
subjects.
stories in all the subjects.
All the subjects.
We can use stories in all the subjects. If we use stories in all the subjects wherever applicable, and if we use the stories in the right way, we can create a better learning impact in the classroom and for the kids, right? So a couple of things that we have already mentioned, and it is written here also. Where do we use stories? To introduce concepts. You said that while
Concepts.
starting a lesson.
Language.
Language, history,
Language,
vocabulary,
history,
environment you already mentioned, rules and regulations,
rules and
ma'am mentioned that if
regulations,
we have anything related to
science,
safety or
maths,
travel,
safety,
science, maths, and safety related
safety.
also. And there can be many more things as well, right?
Yes.
So these are the areas, or beyond this also there
please
can be a
hold
lot of
your
things where we
voice.
can... Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
At times it is not clear.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me how can you tell stories? In what forms can you tell stories? I would want somebody who's not answered so far. Please help me identify who's not answering. Let's speak to them.
With actions.
No, first tell me who is not answering so
Acha,
far.
okay.
I want to hear some new voices.
Ritu can answer. Ritu, answer.
Yes, Ritu ma'am.
Sir, I'm unable to speak today. I've got throat problem.
Oh, okay. No problems, ma'am. Maybe in some
Uh,
time later. Somebody.
Tomorrow, sir, I'll try. Today
Sure,
I've got
sure, sure,
throat.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Yeah, someone else? Sejal ma'am, you help me. How can we tell stories?
Network problems.
By enacting like that.
By enacting, okay. That is dramatization, yes.
Yes, dramatization. Yes.
Yes.
Using puppets.
We can use puppets and tell stories, yes.
Flashcards.
We can use flashcards and tell stories, yes.
Even
Actions
prepare a
also there.
chart.
Charts,
We can
yes.
just make one hanging. We can just make one hanging or charts and
Right. We can do a picture talk and tell a story through a chart, yes. What else? What else do we do to tell a story?
we can show them on the screen.
We can use some digital tools also, show them on a screen, yes. I can also plan a craft activity and let the kids do something, or through worksheets, and collect those couple of worksheets and tell them a story through the worksheet also, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, different characters I can give them to color or something, and then I can call those kids ahead, make them stand in a queue in a particular order, and based on those characters I can tell a story, right?
Right. Even you can give, this is for higher, like primary section you can do. You can give sentences haphazardly and let the kids arrange the sentence,
Yes, yes.
the proper flow in a
True,
sequence.
true. We can do that, sure. That's exactly what is mentioned here. We can tell stories through puppets, images, that is flashcards or your picture talk or charts, dramatization, books, right?
Yes.
We'll see how can we tell stories through dramatization. Okay. So can you please help me read this out?
Role playing. Then puppet.
Pantomime, role playing, puppet.
Poetry and other forms of dramatic play.
Can someone help me understand what is pantomime? It is a form of a drama. Basically something that you do, a drama or something for entertainment, which is telling a story, is called as a pantomime. Okay.
Yeah.
Pantomime, role playing, puppetry, and other forms of dramatic play. That's how we can tell stories through dramatization. What happens? It makes sense of their environment. So when we do this, the kids are able to relate. There's not everything that is left on the child to imagine, right? We create an ambience, or we show
Yes.
pictures, or we show puppets, or we make some
No, no.
sounds, right? So
Yes.
we are giving an ambience to the kids, and not everything is just left to the child for imagining. And it also allows them to express through body movement and languages. So when you are doing dramatization, if kids are involved, say we are doing a story where one child has become a tree, some child has become a flower, somebody has become a monkey. So you are also allowing the child for expressing through body movement and language, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to add here in dramatization?
I think through finger puppets also we can do.
Yes, we can definitely do it through finger puppets. That's also an interesting
Finger
way that
puppets. Finger puppets.
preschoolers like to see finger puppets. Okay, moving ahead. Next is through fairy tales. And then in fairy tales, it is given as boon or bane. So there are two ways of looking at it. A lot of kids like fairy tales, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is good about fairy tales? It's an imaginary story, right?
Yes.
Kids will learn the skill of imagination. Also, there's a lot of emotions, right?
Right.
Yes.
Like Cinderella, and there are so many other fairy tales, right? Then next is
Thinking.
critical thinking
Critical
skills.
thinking
They will
skills.
evaluate based on the story, how the story is moving, what happened. Somebody did this, then the princess did this, then the prince did this, or the friend did this way. Based on that, they also learn critical thinking skills, okay, and also moral values, right? Most of the stories are about the good and the bad in the story, right? Or the fairy tales. What is bane or what is not good about fairy tales? They are
Unrealistic.
Realistic.
unrealistic. Then
Stereotyping.
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 Sometimes it is also violent,
Violent.
right? What else is not good about fairy tales? Can you think of something that is not good about fairy tales?
Some children go more emotionally and they think about themselves. They are the person and they start acting on that. Same
True.
like Chota Beam, this and all. They start acting out. The Chota Beam is jumping, they're running, they're flying. So they try to enact like that in the house. So
Right.
that is dangerous for the child sometime. It happens
Sometimes
many times.
child safety
Yeah.
is compromised, right?
Yes.
Like I think a couple of years back, maybe a decade back, when Shaktiman was a character that came in,
Yes.
there were a lot of ads that had to come in then that
Yeah.
do not, even Shaktiman used to come on TV and say that you should not try and do what I am doing,
What I'm doing here.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Any other reason? Anything else?
Even they become violent also. They see the way of fighting and they start fighting with the friends. उसने
True.
ऐसा जोर से मारा था मैं भी अभी ऐसा ही मारूंगा. So they
True.
become violent.
True. It is a bad influence.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Okay. Let's move ahead. So here are some storytelling tips. Can you please help me read these out?
Appealing to their senses.
So how should we do
Let the-
storytelling, right? these tips are telling you as teachers how should you be doing storytelling. So the storytelling has to be appealing to their senses, means the kids should get involved and their senses. What senses?
Thinking, interest.
Like
Right.
Listening.
there should be modulation in the voice, eye
Okay.
expression,
Yes.
hand movement.
True. True.
Facial expressions.
Yes. Next is
Feelings.
Let them choose their story.
right. So preferably a teacher should try and help the child or let the child, like we have discussed in the play and other topics that we went through so far, that it should be, and we already said this, right? आजकल के बच्चे उनको जो करना है वही करेंगे, एंड अगर उनको नहीं करना है तो दे विल नॉट डू इट. आप कितना भी उनको बोलो शायद वो नहीं करेंगे, right? So probably we create an environment such that the kids get involved and they pick their story, or we give them such options that they tell us that today we want to do this story, or this is what I like, right?
नीचे છે ડાઇનિંગ ટેબલ માં. હા.
Next is,
Show, don't tell if possible.
what does this
if
mean?
possible.
What does this mean?
We'll show the picture to the kids. Will not say the whole story.
Yes. So we must try that as much as possible. We must visualize the story. Right? Initially, we must visualize the story so that the kids can relate to what we are saying. And eventually, once the child is habituated or has become a part of this process, the child will be able to then imagine. Only if you are telling also, the child will be able to imagine. But most of the times when it is the start, the kind of age group that we are dealing with, so for example, playgroup nursery, we should try more and more visually, we should tell them stories. Eventually junior KG onwards, it can be partly visual, partly uh, instructions, or just telling the story, right? The next point is,
Be expressive.
Be
Be
expressive.
expressive.
who is a very good storyteller amongst all of you teachers? I'm sure you must be knowing.
I
Who is a
can
good
say
story-
nicely. Myself, I am saying myself. No,
Okay.
I don't know about others.
Okay. Anyone else?
Everybody can just
Especially
with the
also
small kid, yeah.
Ah,
With the small kid,
Sonali,
we
all
just
of them speak.
yeah, we
All of
have
them.
to dramatize and we express them and we tell them the story.
Okay,
'Cause-
okay. So now
Yeah.
now there's
Actually,
a
sir,
quick-
what we do is, especially in senior KG,
Uh-huh.
we give them one story that is moral story, which
Mhm.
children will learn.
Okay.
They after teacher teaches for 1 week or so.
Okay.
Afterwards, children should know the story. They should come in front and they should narrate the whole story. That is
Okay.
a moral story. And one story that is fairy tale stories that we show them on the screen.
Okay.
And then we ask the kids, what did you learn from this? What are you seeing? So we
Right.
pause the video and then we keep asking in between what is
Okay.
going on in the story.
Okay.
So
Okay.
is this the correct way?
Okay. Okay. So now
same
we
way we
are
are doing in junior also.
okay. That's good. That's good. So quickly, just a bit on the same lines that we are talking right now on storytelling. I am going to give you 1 minute. Okay. And quickly, I will tell you start and stop, but you will have 1 minute, and we are going to hear a small story from you. So either Vaishali ma'am or Neeta ma'am, anybody can go first, and then second you will get chance. So 2 or 3 of you can we'll just spend 2-3 minutes on this.
Neeta teacher can say.
I am ready.
Okay, okay. Neeta teacher will start. Then we will
Yeah.
have Vaishali teacher, and then if anybody else wants to join, this will be 1 minute. Wait, just a minute. I'll give you a timing. I'll give you a start. Just one second. Okay. Yes, ma'am. You can start.
See, in nursery class, we are saying Hindi, Gujarati, and English words. 3 languages we are using.
Whatever. Start.
Okay. See, there is a one rabbit, and there is, there is one jungle, and there is one lion. He is eating every day one animal. रोज जंगल में एक एनिमल लायन खा जाता था और सब डर रहे थे. और we are showing this with the expression कि all are frightening of them, of that lion. वो सब lion से डर रहे थे. Or so that they had decided one by one animal will go to lion. They will eat only one animal. Then rabbit's turn has come. अभी rabbit का turn आया. किसका turn आया? Rabbit का turn आया. So rabbit is very smart. Rabbit is very clever. Now he is thinking a lot of कि मुझे तो lion से बचना है. मैं क्या करूं? तो he is thinking, he is thinking, and he got an idea. क्या मिला? क्या आया उसको मन में? Then children will say idea. So
Idea.
very slowly. And lion is very hungry. Late हो गया. तो lion बहुत गुस्सा हो गया.
Okay. I'm going to stop you, ma'am. Your story is very nice, and I think that's why I gave 20 seconds extra. I wanted to keep listening to the story. So a very nice example of storytelling.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Vaishali, ma'am, you are ready?
No, sir.
No?
No.
You don't have an option to say no.
So we have to continue this story, or we have to narrate another one?
You can
Hello?
continue.
No,
You can continue. You can tell a
New story.
New story also we can see.
Please.
Okay. I
Who's
thought we have
starting?
to continue one after.
Hello.
Who is saying now? Vaishali ma'am or Sonali ma'am? Quickly.
Vaishali.
Okay. Start. Vaishali ma'am.
So children, today we are going to learn a story of the lion and the fox and the grapes. Once a fox was going through a jungle and he was very hungry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now he's seeing some grapes on the grapevine, right? So
Okay.
the grapes are little higher. So what he does is to bring down the grapes. He's trying to jump. He goes back few steps and then he runs. He tries to jump and get the grapes, but he cannot reach the grapes. So now what happened? He becomes sad and he thinks that the grapes are sour and he walks away from there. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Done?
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. A good try. Now who's next?
I can say, sir.
Yes.
Martina,
Please.
yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. One last
I'm
story and then we'll move ahead with the model.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
two silly goats. Now we take two silly goats in my hand and show them the bridge. Okay. See, there are two silly goats. One goat want to cross, both the goats want to cross the river. But both the goats are saying at the same time they want to cross the river. So how will they go? Now this goat is also walking this side. The other one is also walking. Now both they came in the middle of the bridge. How they will cross? The bridge is very narrow. You know what they'll do? How they will go? Now one has to move back. Will they go? No, they don't want to go. Both they want to cross at same time. So they started fighting on the bridge. And then while fighting, they lost their balance and they fell into the river. And see, so when you have to do anything, you have to think first whether you can do at the same time. So this is the moral. So never try to cross.
Good one. So just a bit of change from our routine discussion and the presentation. Good enough. I think you all keep doing the storytelling so frequently, so you already have the skills of good storyteller. Okay, moving ahead. What are the other storytelling tips? Read books with great rhyme, rhythm, and pace.
Yes.
Modulate the voice where you should stop. Do you know what happened after the king came?
Yes.
There should be a pause, or
Pause.
maybe
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
wait
Yeah.
for a response from the kids.
Yeah.
Then the lion came inside, and it was waiting for the rabbit. So
Yes.
something like this. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir. Correct.
you all are the experts on this.
Yeah.
Next is modulate the voice, tell the story with feeling,
Feelings.
right?
Yes.
Maintain eye contact with the kids, be flexible, involve the child in the story. So when we ask questions, when the child responds, that's how we involve the child in the story, right? Twisting stories. So if you are telling bedtime stories to your child, you are going to run out of stories. Or in the classroom, sometimes you just tell stories for fun, or you are a good storyteller and the kids love to listen stories from you. Sometimes you don't know, you'll make your own story, you will twist a story, right?
Yeah.
Use variety of teaching aids. Use dramatic pauses. We just did that, and we spoke about it. Don't leave them with too much of information, right? The story should be simple, easy to follow and understand. It should not be very complicated.
Yes.
Right.
Next is be interactive. Again, this is kind of a repetition. Use repetitions. So there should be repetitions so that the child
They
can
can
register the
remember.
information, right?
Yes.
Try wordless books. What do you mean by wordless books?
In which words are less and pictograph books. More pictures.
More pictures.
Actions
More
are more.
pictures and less words.
Right.
Or no words.
Right. Choose culture specific or relevant stories. So something which the kids can relate to, something which they are, easily they can understand. Practice, practice, practice. So as teachers, we must practice storytelling. If we practice and we keep practicing, we will improvise on this skill of storytelling. And then slow down for the ending. Create a climax and slow down for the ending. Let there be curiosity and let the kids get totally engaged in what you are trying to tell them, right? Okay. Next is the benefits of storytelling. What does storytelling do? How does it benefit? It instills virtues. What does it mean?
Morals.
Yes. With storytelling, we can instill a lot of virtues, good habits, moral stories will help the kids learn various skills or
What is good,
empathy.
what is bad.
Next
Differentiate between what is good and what is
Vocabulary,
bad.
confidence,
yes.
thinking.
Yes. Next is makes them aware of their culture and roots. Right?
Like we tell them different days, why we celebrate different days.
True.
Importance of those days.
Right. Even various things like about food habits or modes of transportation being used. In some places, there might be places where train is not very easily available, right? So there probably those kind of stories might help them understand, or food habits. There can be various things on which stories can be formed. Transfers emotions and feelings. It helps transfers emotions and feelings. Enhance verbal proficiency. So as a teacher or as a storyteller, if I am good with my vocabulary and if I am good with my pronunciations, the same things will be picked up by the child also. And it happens, right? A lot of the times when we use some difficult words, the child will easily pick it up and the child will also speak those words at home.
Yes.
Right? Improves listening skills. while storytelling is happening. Again, this also helps, right? I told on day one that for a preschool teacher, what is the victory? After spending 3 or 4 hours in the classroom, what happens, क्या होगा तो टीचर को लगेगा मेरा दिन आज सफल रहा. अगर 10 मिनट बच्चे बैठ गए ना शांति से और सुन लिया, सीख लिया, तो it is like a victory for the preschool teacher, right?
Yes.
In this particular objective, storytelling helps. If you are a very good storyteller, the kids will listen to your story. They'll sit quietly, calmly, and they'll listen to you. Encourages creativity and imagination. Of course, yes, it does encourage imagination and creativity. Makes academic learning easier, right?
Yes.
So through storytelling, when you are doing some introduction, when you are introducing concepts or new topics, it makes it easier for them. It is just like listening to stories, but actually they are learning new things, right?
Yes.
And when in between you are asking questions to the child is also learning to ask questions, right?
Yes.
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 So if you are asking, फिर रैबिट का क्या हुआ, पता चला क्या, कैसे गया था रैबिट, क्या किया था उसने, the child will next time ask you, teacher फिर रैबिट का क्या हुआ, कहाँ गया था वो, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next is picture or object talk. So most of us do this, right? We use picture talks or charts.
Yes.
Yes.
So how it should
Yes.
be, that's what is mentioned, right? Picture talk has to be large, colorful,
Large,
and
colorful, and
simple
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 pictures.
picture.
it should not be very complicated. Too many things mixed up will only confuse the child, right?
Yes.
The pictures can be created
Yes.
or picked up from newspapers, magazines, books, puzzles, concrete objects, etc. I'm sure as teachers, while we are preparing our teaching learning material, we must be doing these things. Can you share something on picture talk, what you all do?
Same thing, railway station scene, then supermarket, some supermarket scene,
Okay,
then
Airport,
bank,
Airport, railway station.
right,
then
market.
rainy season scene,
right.
garden.
Right. Can you tell me one benefit or one or two benefits of using picture talk? How does it help, or why is it helpful?
It helps to increase the imagination.
Visualization, thinking.
Something special,
Visualization.
something very specific to picture talk. So visualization, creativity, all those things will come in general storytelling also, where you will not use picture talk, right? But with picture talk, what is that one benefit that only picture talk is going to help you with?
Children will relate
Concentrate.
this, like
Right.
railway station picture is there in the first picture, I think.
Mhm.
The kids will imagine in the mind that picture.
Right.
Virtual with the
Right. So basically with picture talk, you are able to bring a particular scenario in your classroom.
Yes, bring that picture in
And
the
help
mind.
the
Yeah.
kids visualize that.
Simulation.
Simulation. So probably, if, of course, in today's time, we can also do that with audio visual. We can show something on slide or a screen or something like that also. That's also a kind of a picture talk. But say, for example, you have to show them something, an airport, right? We are not able to take them for a field trip to airport. So a picture talk will be a very good resource. Of course, you can tell a story related to airport also, but a picture talk in that scenario will be a better tool to simulate that environment, right?
Right.
Yes.
And even what
Yes.
happens is like you gave the example of airport. Now
Yeah.
some kids who have already gone to the airport and they
Yes.
will not see one or two things which are really there on the airport, but it is not in the picture. Then they will say that also. Picture
they
ye
will
bhi hota
add
hai. They will add to the knowledge.
Right. So there will be participation from the kids as well.
Yeah. Yes.
True. Okay, good enough. I think the next point is questions generally at 3 levels. So what are the kind of objectives through the questions that you achieve while you are doing storytelling using various tools? So there are 3 levels given here. Lower level is something where you are assessing or where you are observing whether the child is able to identify the objects in the pictures or not, right? While doing a picture talk, you will first ask questions where you will make sure whether the child is able to identify something in the picture talk or not, right?
Right.
What is the middle level?
They should be able to communicate what is
Able to
happening in the
communicate.
picture.
Yeah, they should be able to talk about it, what is happening there based on that picture, right? And higher level is?
They should be able to communicate about the feelings and
Communicate about the feelings and
relationship among the objects and events.
Right. So there's something that you are talking about, and if the child is able to talk beyond that, if the child is able to relate that what is happening there is about is able to mention about the objects or the events that happen. Same example if we take about airport, like ma'am mentioned that whatever is there in the picture they'll talk about that, but what is not there and if they have experienced it they will also talk about that, right?
Right.
So that is the third or the higher level of questioning or interaction with the kids through picture talk. We already mentioned, I think just now ma'am was mentioning that the benefits are it instills confidence, curiosity. The kids will look at exploring next time when they get into a similar situation. Say you showed them something related to a supermarket, or maybe you spoke to them about the airport, or maybe a railway station. Next time when they are there in a particular setup like this, they are going to explore more, or they are looking forward to something like that, right? And we must involve all their five senses, or a picture talk involves all their five senses. Which five senses? What are the five senses?
I
Skin,
Touch.
Listening, visual, smell, what else?
Taste, touch.
Taste and
touching,
touch. Okay. Show and tell, or maybe newspaper clippings. So show and tell is a common expression about showing the audience something and telling them about it. So this can be done through newspaper clippings or flashcards, right? Can someone explain what happens in show and tell? In this activity of show and tell, what will happen?
they will try to correlate it with the situation they have already seen, something like that.
Mm-hmm. What else? What actually happens in show and tell? This picture given here is demonstrating what it means. Both the pictures,
confidently,
if you see,
leadership confidently saying,
oh, what is happening? This is an activity, right? So what is happening in this activity?
Arranging
he's
the
showing
puzzle,
the
talk like
cutouts and
puzzle-like
telling,
thing.
Yes.
The clipping is divided into many cutouts and the children are arranging it again.
Okay. Yes.
and something saying about those pictures.
Right. Right. Talking about that. Right. So what happens is in show and tell, basically every object that a child is holding or the teacher is having, we can also ask the kids to bring in something into the class to show and then tell a story, right? Or maybe
Yes.
you want to tell a story, but before starting the story you will give some objects to the kids and talk about it and then finally start the story. So it can be a pre-preparation before you are starting the storytelling. Okay, so what is the technique? Every object that a student brings into the class for showing and telling has a story. Okay, so that's basically a prelude, or just before you start your teaching learning, you can use this activity. Ask for descriptive words and proper vocabulary. So any object that they have, anything that they are holding or they've brought from home or you have given them, you should ask them to describe with proper words or vocabulary. How does it help when you ask the child to do this? How does it help?
Memory, imagination,
Okay.
they can improve. Mental development is there.
Right. Thinking skills, right? The child will have to
Thinking
think.
skills.
If he has to or she has to speak about it, he'll have to put some mind on it.
With courage means confidence they can build.
Yes, yes, yes. Model how to ask inquiry based questions.
Questions.
Ask about the why. So any story or any object that we're talking about, we can say, for example, you're holding a glass of water, and in the other hand, you have another shaped vessel or something. You can ask them, what will happen if I pour this water in this, in this box or something that you have in your hand, which is not a glass, or in the bottle, right? So the why questions can be asked. You allow the students to discuss and make connections, right? So when you are asking these questions and the kids are thinking about it, answering, they are discussing, or probably with you or with friends, they will learn to make connections. Model how to be a good audience. They will also learn about how to become a good audience, right? Because now they are talking and you are listening, right?
Yes.
What is the activity? Show and tell. So they are going to show some object and talk about it, right? So you are the listener, you are listening. So when you are listening, they are observing that when somebody is telling a story, the other kids are learning how a good audience has to behave, right?
Yes.
Also, we model how to introduce yourself. So a lot of times we do this in the class, right? You come, you
Yes.
tell your name, my name is this, I'm in this class, I'm going to talk about myself, or I'm going to talk about the food I like, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And whenever the child is sharing something, as teachers, we must always thank them, right? This will encourage them to come ahead again, come forward again and share. Therefore, we must always thank them if they are sharing, whatever it is, whatever it is. What are the benefits of show and tell? We've already spoken a couple of these things. Overall development, collection of thoughts, the ma'am already said confidence level, thinking out of the box, and leadership. Because when one child is speaking, other kids and the teacher, they are listening to that particular child, right?
Yes.
So it gives the child a feeling of being a leader in that situation, right?
Yes.
What can be the different topics on which we can do this show and tell activity? Any example that you can think of? Show and tell. You have to do this activity with your kids in, say, junior KG or senior KG. What is the kind of topic that you can pick up for this activity?
Generally, we go for GK topics.
Summer season means
And
any season also we can take.
Okay.
So what the kids do, they come out, they read, and other children, they say and others repeat after them.
Yes.
So same way, like show and tell, but your children are repeating also.
Okay. What else? Any other topic? Family photographs?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can
They can
take.
show
Yeah.
their family photograph and just say, this is mama, daddy, this is my
Grandfather,
brother, or my pet, or my grandparents, right?
Any GK topic we can take.
Any GK topic. Okay. So these are a couple of topics. Maybe some fun event, festival, celebration. You can
Birthday
do show and
party.
tell. Favorite toys and things at home. The child can speak about that. And family photographs. Of course, we can add a lot of things here. Now we are going to talk about language learning. Okay. What are the main components of learning a language? What all things are covered in language learning?
Speaking skills.
Speaking skills, yes.
knowledge,
Speaking skills, then
Listening,
knowledge,
speaking,
listening,
speech,
reading,
understanding,
understanding speech,
Right. Comprehension, all these things will come in
Comprehension.
language development. So activities to promote active listening. One of the things in language is listening, right? So the first thing we're talking about is listening. Then we'll be talking about speaking skills. Storytelling game, end of the word, beginning of the next. Yesterday, I think, or today, somebody just told this. Right? With elder kids, we can do that. The child will say or a word or a sentence, and the next child is going to continue the story.
Right.
Right? So end of the word, beginning of the next.
Next.
So this will help the child listen carefully, right?
Yes.
Only if the child is listening properly, then the child will be able to stay alert and continue a story. Right?
Right.
yes,
Next is
rhymes
Show
and
and tell.
show and
poetry.
tell.
Rhymes and
Show and
poetry.
tell, we just spoke about it. Rhymes and poetries.
Yes.
So if a child wants to tell a rhyme or repeat a rhyme or a poetry, the child will first have to listen to it properly, right?
Yes.
If he or she is listening properly, only then the child will be able to repeat that rhyme or a poetry. And the next is
Tell
Tell
us.
a group
Tell
story.
a group story.
group story. Okay, so here also active listening is important. Speaking skills, most of the things we've already spoken, so we'll quickly run through this. We'll not get into deep into each topic because we already talked about picture talk, asking open-ended questions, right? These are the things that you do as a teacher in order to develop speaking skills in your kids. What is the third point?
Hello.
Don't overcorrect the child.
Yeah, we should not
Hello.
overcorrect the child. Let him speak, let him make small mistakes. That is completely okay. Let the child first learn and have the confidence to speak. Then later we can keep correcting. Next is
Short stories.
short stories can be done.
Role
Next,
plays.
role plays.
Informal conversations.
Informal conversations. Can you give me an example of an informal conversation that you would do with a child?
During circle time, we ask the kids about their
Circle
family
time.
Yes, circle time.
and they share where they had gone.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
not related to the studies?
Yes.
right, right. Generally, just walking by the kids, of course, in circle time also you can do, but generally as a teacher, I can just plan that in this whole week, every day, maybe 2 or 3 kids, I will speak to them informally. And across the week, I'm going to cover all the 20 kids or 25 kids and speak to each one of them informally, right? General things. What did you do? What did you eat? Where did you go yesterday? કાલે શું કર્યું તું તે? આજે કેવી રીતે આવ્યો? કોણ મૂકવા આવ્યું? Anything, right?
ये तो मॉर्निंग में जब वो लोग आते हैं ना नहीं बोलते हैं ज्यादा.
Yes.
When they come to school morning.
Right. Next is repeat words often. So if you want the kids to speak, you will have to repeat a couple of words which you want them to learn, and also help them, give them a chance or provide them with a scenario where they can use these words frequently, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please read out what should be done in reading skills?
Reading aloud stories.
Okay.
Reread the stories.
Okay. Repeat the stories. Next.
Labeling activities in the class.
In the class.
Okay.
Pick a page in the newspaper.
In the newspaper.
So this can be
Picture to
newspaper or
Picture to
flashcard
print.
or anything. Picture to print.
Setting up a book corner.
Setting up a book corner.
Okay. Do you all have a book corner in the classroom?
Yes.
Yes,
And how do you all use it?
I'm using.
How do you use it, and what do the kids do there?
They are taking the books from the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
They are turning the pages and watching the pictures. They are themselves, they are saying. Some kids are coming to ask about teacher, what is this? Teacher,
Mhm.
asu che, ye kya hai? They are coming and asking to us. And afterwards, they are means we taught them how to arrange the books. Little
Right.
bit we are helping when they are themselves only keeping the books in the self.
Okay. So just one question that comes to my mind is that these days we talk a lot about reading habits. Anything specific that we do to ensure the development of reading habit in kids from early age?
We have to means give them books every day in their hands. They have at least turn the pages and see the different types of. So means many pictures are going to the eyesight.
Right. Okay. Go ahead.
Charts also means many kids are very curious to see. So from the morning they are coming early 15 to 20 minutes. So they are reading the charts, pictures, worksheets, pictures. They are continuously reading.
Right. Okay. What are the benefits? Okay. Sonali ma'am, if you can read.
Helps to develop a strong relationship with self. Academic excellence. So, hello, am
Yes.
I audible?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Helps develop a strong relationship with self.
What does that mean? Can someone
Academic.
explain it? Helps develop a strong relationship with self.
Confidence level increases.
Improve their
Self-awareness
reading
increases.
skills. They felt
Self-awareness
it
also increases,
means
right?
they can read nicely.
Yes. Yes.
And what sometimes they do is one book we will give, no, then they'll just turn the pages, they'll just see the pictures, and they'll say, teacher, my book reading is over, as if really they have completed the whole book.
Right. 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 So that's how the kids get acquainted with books. That's how their love of reading should start. They should at least flip the
Yes, they
pages,
establish. Yeah.
see the images, right?
They'll ask for another book. They'll
Yeah.
say, give another book.
Yes.
This book is over.
Okay. Yeah, Sonali ma'am, please go ahead.
Academic excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Basic speech skills. Better
Yes.
communication skills.
Yes.
Logical thinking skill. Enhance concentration and discipline. Acclimation to new experience.
Mhm.
Reading as a hobby.
Right. So these are a couple of benefits of doing activities for the reading skills. A writing skill. Drawing and scribbling to distinguish writing as separate from drawing. Right? So we must be doing worksheets, match the things, then scribbling, coloring, and there might also be activities that you do for tracing, right? But
Yes.
the kids will eventually understand that when you are drawing or scribbling, that's a separate thing, and when you are asked to trace on a worksheet or book or a slate, that is writing. So these are two different things to do. Writing letters and letter-like forms to make connections between print and sound, right? So letter-like forms can be probably making different standing lines, sleeping lines, and so on. Say what the kind of traction that you need when you're writing an A or a V or an M or a W, right? Next is
Silent and
connections.
beginning sounds.
right beginning and ending sounds in words. I'm sure senior KG kids must be doing these things, right?
Yes.
Beginning and ending
Beginning
sound.
sound. Beginning sound we do. Beginning sound we do. I think
Right. I think in higher grades, these things come in from grade 1 and so on.
We are giving for
Junior
3 letters
KG we
and 4
do.
letters.
Okay.
We don't. Yeah, we are doing.
Okay. So these are just some images of what can be done in writing skills, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Manisha ma'am is there? Manisha teacher is there? Martina ma'am?
Martina ma'am is on mute.
Manisha is there. Manisha.
Manisha ma'am, Martina ma'am, somebody, either of you can help me read this out?
Can I read, sir?
Manisha, speak.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I think our bandwidth is very low. Manisha, speak.
Anybody?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Speak to children in the clear and simple manner.
Okay. Next.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay. Make conversations with children a two-way street.
Right. So the teacher should speak and also let the kids speak. It should be a two-way street.
It's allowed to speak.
Content of the children should be there.
Yes. Next is
Take time each day to listen.
To talk to them.
each day to listen and to talk to them, right?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
I think there's some problem with your network,
In
ma'am.
between, voice is going.
Yeah.
Hello.
Model good listening behavior.
Model good listening behavior. We already discussed this point earlier also, that we should model good listening behavior so that the kids can learn. Next is
Encourage children to use language.
To use
Not
language
just
and
gestures or
not just gestures or actions.
right. A few kids we must be seeing, they use a lot of actions and gestures and very few words. We should encourage, as teachers, we should encourage them to use language, words, learn new words, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What should the teachers do? It is a continuation. Ask questions.
Ask questions.
Yes.
Try to enrich and expand their vocabulary.
Yes.
Read and sing nursery rhymes.
Yes.
Read and retell stories.
Yes.
Discuss stories together.
Yes.
Have informal conversations.
Yes.
Conversation.
Yeah. So a lot of it is what we have already discussed. And I think across preschool topics, we see that even activities have multiple objectives and multiple, developments that can be tagged, which we will keep seeing as we go ahead. Thinking skills. What do you mean by thinking skills? What is written here? Predicting.
Predicting.
Problem solving.
Right.
Problem
Predicting
solving.
how to hold a ball when it is thrown, how fast is it coming, or probably how the child is going to kick the ball if it has to go in a particular direction, right? The child will need to predict, right? Throw it slow or fast. These things require thinking skills. Problem solving, that will be in your puzzles and various other similar activities. Experimenting. Do we do some form of experimenting, small little things? Some science experiments? Do we do it for these kids, junior, senior KG?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we do plantation activity.
Right.
Then even a mixing of colors.
Right. Something like a volcano, baking soda and all those things?
No, that we are not doing.
Okay. So there are a lot of topics, small little things that can be done with preschoolers in terms of experimenting also.
Right.
Thinking skills also include logic, reasoning, cause and effect. Aau karse to aam thase. You keep telling this, right?
Yes.
Don't do this. If you do this, it will break. Or if you do this, this will happen, right? Symbolism and critical thinking. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is what we just spoke, right? Stimulating leading questions. What will happen?
What
if
will
you,
happen if you?
Yeah, do this. What will happen if you
How can you
don't do this? How can you fix this puzzle or a toy or something, right? If something has happened, we can ask the child, why did this happen? If we are showing the child, if we are making something and trying to demonstrate something, we can ask these questions, right? To see whether the child is able to logically answer or not.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Next is fine motor development. What is fine motor development?
Small muscle
hand muscles,
development.
use of fingers and wrists.
Yes.
Holding small items, writing, drawing, stringing, picking, cutting, typing, turning papers, buttoning, etc.
Etc. Right? All these activities require fine motor
Fine.
skills, right? And these activities help in fine motor development also. Next is muscle memory.
Muscles memory.
Repetition leads
Leads
to
to automation without effort.
Can you give me an example of muscle memory? Your own example.
Exercise.
Something else? Something that you do and it does not actually
Like-
need your active attention.
Sorry?
Something that we do very frequently and it does not need your active attention. Say for example, I'm audible, right? Hello? Am I audible?
Clearly.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, sir.
Yes, am I audible, ma'am? I think there's some problem with my network, maybe.
Yes, now we can hear.
Okay, okay. So I was asking you that an example of something where, we do it frequently or often and we don't kind of need to give a lot of effort. Muscle memory example. Your own example. So how many of you get up in the morning and take your phone?
No time.
No time?
No time, sir.
Time in morning.
Or any time that you are half asleep or you're not very, actively looking at your phone, but you want to unlock your phone. So the point is, I do it a lot of times. Whenever I get up and I have to unlock my phone, I don't have to kind of see my phone that where I will have to put my, finger for the fingerprint unlock or something. We do it so frequently that we know that's how I want to relate the muscle memory, or probably putting up your buttons, something like that.
Yes.
Right?
Or changing your gears.
Changing your gears in the car. Do you every time look at the gear and change the gears? No.
No.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that is registered in our minds.
Right.
In the starting only we have to see the gear.
Right. We do it so frequently, so often that it has become our muscle memory. So we know the moment the hand goes there, you know this is how you have to do it. Yes. Or using your remote to operate your TV. Do you have to see where the power button is every time?
No.
No. Right? So that is what we mean when we say muscle memory here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so these are a couple of activities for developing muscle memory. I mean, overall fine motor development, not just muscle memory. Finger painting, puzzles, beading, lacing, popping bubble wrap, using droppers, Legos, tracing, Play-Doh, tweezers, clothespin, sticking Velcro or stickers. So all these activities which involve, you know, the fine motor skills, chote muscles, your tip of your fingers and wrist, right? These, any form of these activities,
Yes.
either what is written here or something else that we do in classroom, these are all activities which are used to develop fine motor skills,
Motor develop.
right? As much as, you know, small activity like tearing papers.
Sticking bindi.
Yes, sticking bindi and all those things. What is gross motor development?
Larger movements, arms, hands, legs, feet, entire
Large
body.
muscles.
Yes, large muscles. Running, jumping, crawling, dancing.
Stepping, climbing, throwing, catching, skipping, hopping.
Yeah, all these things involve large muscles, right? And that is called as gross motor development.
Development.
Right. Moving ahead. Rhymes and songs. What can happen in rhymes and songs? It can be interrelated to and lead to different aspects of development. There are a lot of rhymes which require the kids to laugh or just enact as if they are crying. Can you help me recall any such rhyme? Laugh and cry and so on. Any rhyme? Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa, eating sugar, no, Papa.
The bus, the wheel of the bus go round.
Wheels on the bus goes round and round, yes. True.
Of stones.
Right. And in these rhymes and songs, it leads to different aspects of development, socio-emotional, physical, fine and gross motor, both. We will ask kids sometime to enact small little things or pick up bits of papers lying on the floor, pick up the bits of papers, right? Or maybe
Yes.
jump and hop, things like that.
Hop a little, jump a
Hop
little.
a little, jump a little, right? Cognition and numbers, 1, 2, 3, buckle my shoe, something like that.
Yes.
I don't know, I might be mixing a couple of rhymes, but yeah, these are the rhymes that we use. Language and literacy as well, the ABC rhymes and many more rhymes like these. Singing, listening, moving finger rhymes, rhythm and patterns, repetition, making and playing instruments. There are rhymes where we require to play instruments also, like drums and things like that. Any rhyme you can recall where you require to play instruments?
John the little plays the fiddle, Papa plays the drum,
Right.
Mama plays the tambourina, baby sucks the thumb.
Yes. So rhymes like these where playing of instruments is also involved. There's some rhythm. Of course, all rhymes have all songs that we have for preschoolers have some form of rhythm and patterns that we sing or talk about in that rhyme. Okay, so these are some examples given. Number rhymes, animal songs, some popular rhymes, finger play. So if we were
Popular
doing
rhymes,
this like
finger
we did for storytelling, I told that you just tell me a story for 1 minute. We can do this also. We can do a few teachers, you know, enact some rhymes or tell some rhymes and others can repeat. Whole body movement songs, head, shoulder.
Can I say number and animal combined?
Yes, yes, please.
1, 2, let's visit the zoo. 3, 4, hear the lion roars. 5, 6, watch the monkeys tricks. 7, 8. I forgot, but 1 minute. 7, 8.
Come on, teachers, help.
Lay them straight.
No.
No, that is another one. That is
9, 10.
So, teacher, that is
9, 10, we
1 to
shall come again.
9, 10, we shall come again.
8, 7, 8, I forgot. 9, 10, we shall come again.
Good enough. So there can be a lot of such examples that you can give. So this slide is the end of our part 1 presentation. I might have run through 1 or 2 slides. I didn't want to stretch this a lot and make it boring for all of you. But yeah, this is part 1. Of course, part 2, tomorrow we are going to see more such classroom setup and classroom management and various other examples of activities that can be done in the classroom. Those who are scribbling or those who are done with the activity which was given yesterday, please do share it in the group. Sejal ma'am and Vaishali ma'am, you already shared it with me. I would request you to put it in the group. You all have done a good job at scribbling that table. And as I had mentioned, that this activity is only for us to refresh of
Thank you,
whatever
sir.
we are doing. So there's nothing right or wrong. Please feel free, post it in the WhatsApp group so that others can also look at your work and they can also post.
Soil, I had done in docs. So should you share your email ID so I can share it directly?
I'll do that. Or you can even just take a screenshot and post it in the group. I'll share my email ID also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So
Anything you want to add in today's session, anybody? Yes, sir.
I would just say that, as a preschool teacher, the energy level and that's one of the things which is most important, because it's not only the way you say things, but even your body language, your energy level, which typically your positive energy is going to rub off on the kids, especially when you're talking of storytelling and rhymes, and these things are very important at that age. I'm sure all of you know that, but it's as we say that, you might have had a late evening yesterday and you're coming to the school tired today. Maybe you did not get the right amount of sleep, but still, if it's going to be a rhyme which you're supposed to deliver, that energy is going to have a lot of weightage. Just reciting it and then expecting the kids to love it is not going to happen. So as teachers, that's what I would say, that you are the machine, you are the delivery system, you are all it takes. Okay, audio visual does help, but I think that's a small percentage at this age group. It's mainly the teacher, and if teacher is having that kind of energy, well, there's no reason why it should not have the given impact what it should ideally. So that's just my point which I wanted to add.
Okay.
Anybody would like to speak on this topic or anything? Most of the things I'm sure are known to you, but then it's an important part of preschool teacher.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if there's nothing, no queries or questions, probably we can call it a day. And I've shared tomorrow's module also. We'll be going through it tomorrow. If you have some time, make sure you see that module as well.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. PM, Modi is going to address the nation, and we'll come to know what happens to the lockdown in Gujarat. So probably the picture will be clear before that.
Yes.
For tomorrow's session. Okay.
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 Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
to all.
Thank you.
Thank you.